Hello figure fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Star Wars The Black Series figure review. And you know how the old playbook goes. This is a figure that I am really excited to show for you once again. Hasbro are absolutely smashing it with the Black Series line, and this one is no exception. A real left field choice. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Jedi Temple Guard. First, as always, we're going to take a look at the packaging, then the figure itself. First and foremost, you've got Star Wars Black Series logo at the top there, the lovely window packaging where I've actually put the tray the wrong way round, so just ignore that. There's also a lovely backdrop in there, faded into the coloration of the colour banding, of which has the name of the media that the character appears in, name of the character as well, number of the character. You've also got a bit of legalese at the bottom there. Star Wars The Black Series on the side, as well as that colour banding. On the other side, a lovely image of the character as well. Nice artist interpretation with that yellow colour banding fading in there with the character name. On the back, you've got Star Wars The Black Series, name of the character, a bit of a bio, lovely image again. Number of the character, name of the media, a ton of legal garb, and a ton of legal garb at the bottom there as well. So that is the packaging out of the way and done with. Now let's take a look at the figure itself.
I hope you have a reason for bursting into our proceedings, Master Skywalker.
I am here with evidence and a confession from the person responsible for all of the crimes Ahsoka has been accused of. Barriss Offee, member of the Jedi Order, and traitor.
So here we have the Jedi Temple Guard in hand, and I have to say the figure overall looks absolutely stunning. Hasbro have done a Jedi Temple Guard before in the 3 3/4 inch scale. Granted, it was the 5 POA, so it wasn't super articulated, which was a shame, particularly for a character like this. And that figure really commands a absolutely insane price tag. So that really swayed me in my decision to pick up another one in 6-inch Black Series. You know, the guards. On my display, I felt like just having one, it was going to feel like a bit of an odd part. No offence, you look amazing. Having two of these, whew, really cool stuff. Just to have them flanking my Jedi. I'm pretty damn pleased with my choice, and particularly, again, how much that previous figure commands on the aftermarket. So let's take a look at the figure itself in a bit more detail. This is such a cool looking figure. I'm so pleased Hasbro did the Jedi Temple Guard. We did see these in the Clone Wars a couple of times actually. First and foremost, you've got this plastic hood and robes, of which are really beautifully detailed and sculpted. There's some nice texture going on with that as well, just if the camera's going to pick that up, which is very nice. And then of course you've got the mask, and I love the Jedi Temple Guard mask. I think it's very regal. Its whole aesthetic gives High Republic era, and it's so cool to see that translated across into the Clone Wars with this. But you've got these Jedi symbols just on the robes, looking really nice. The gold really pops as well on that helmet, just absolutely beautiful. Now if I just move the arms out of the way so we can get a proper look at this guy. You've got the grey undersuit, and then just looking at the arms, these really interesting gauntlets, and the belt has some very interesting doodads on them. I don't know what these actually are, but in my head canon, they're keys. I'm sure someone in the comments down below is going to correct me on what they actually are, what these little trinkets that are hanging off his belt. But they're really nicely sculpted and also painted in golds and silvers. And of course, he's got some pouches, and coming on down, you've got this plastic sort of part of the robes, but then you've got this soft goods robe as well. And then underneath, you've got some very nice legs with boots. So yeah, aesthetically this thing looks absolutely awesome. It's a nice interpretation as to how they look in the Clone Wars. In terms of the accessories, I really can't think what else they could have included with it, but it just comes with this double-bladed lightsaber. You've got the yellow effect blade, which is really nice. It's not a colour we typically get in Black Series, and it just really makes me itch for a Rise of Skywalker Rey. Just seeing that, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm very much in the minority with that. But nonetheless, the design of the hilt as well is really quite cool. You've got the gold for just the ends here, and the handle is in this silver. Again, you've got a very High Republic look to this saber, just very regal. And of course, you can remove the blades from the actual hilt if you did so wish, and if you just wanted to go for a bit more of a neutral monopose, the hilt has a peg that you can just tab in to there like so, just on the belt, so that works rather nicely. Now, just moving on into the articulation department, I will admit you can still move the head, you can move the neck, but it's just a little bit hard to access because the hood is quite a hard plastic. There's no real way to take this off that I've found. It's been glued on, so yeah, you are a little bit limited in terms of the head movement and also the neck movement as well. But it's certainly there. You've just got a ball joint in the head, ball joint in the neck, butterfly joints in the shoulders, ball jointed shoulders as well, ball jointed elbows, swivels at the tops of the gauntlets, ball jointed wrist, a ball joint in the torso, ball jointed hips, ball joints in the knees, and then ball joints in the ankles with the rocker joints. So while there is a bit of a mission to the thigh swivel, that's not too bad, at least in my book with this one, because you have got the robes kind of covering the legs and thus hides maybe some of the bow-leggedness, but you can really get this guy in some amazing poses. Overall, I'm super pleased that Hasbro have included this particular figure in the Black Series line of figures. I think it's even more awesome with the fact that it was released at the same time as Barriss Offee, a figure that really does accompany this figure, even though it is represented from Attack of the Clones, but as Clone Wars fans know, she's taken into custody by Anakin and some of these guys. This is the deep cut of Star Wars that I really like, and it just makes for an absolutely awesome figure. It's truly the rule of cool. The colours of the whites, the greys, the silvers and the gold are just stunning and makes for an absolutely eye-catching figure. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you're definitely going to want to pick this one up, but if you're just a fan of the Jedi in general, this is an absolute must-have. I, again, can only but recommend this one. So that's my look at the Jedi Temple Guard. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And well, while I've got you, if you haven't seen any of these other videos, I highly recommend you check them out as well. And if you get the chance to, drop us a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and this is me, Daniel 1000, signing out.